So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Speed Force Racing on a lovely Sunday evening, the eve before we get underway in Australia. But first things first, we got a nice League versus League event today. And we got SFR versus the BNL. And with me today is, of course, he's the lead commentator for GP4. And it's my good friend and very, very good friend of mine. It's Mr. Tim. How's Tim doing today?
Alright, I want to launch a complaint with your human resources department because I was told I had 5 more minutes.
Oh dear, never mind, eh?
But I'm fine, I'm here. I have absolutely no idea what is happening. I mean, I know what's happening, but I don't know most of these drivers. I do know Calvin, but of course the drivers from the other league, I do not know who they are. But hey, you know, I'm looking forward to, in a way, meeting them. I guess commentating over them. Instead of really meeting them, but it's going to be fun. I didn't expect to be commentating today, but I'm here and ready to do this, and you know, it's fun. We're going to be together tomorrow for SFR, so this is a nice little warm-up.
It is indeed, because we got this tonight, and of course we got a very, very big day tomorrow, starting season 8 of SFR tomorrow. But if you want to speak of the drivers, Tim, let's introduce our drivers for SFR today. So in Ferrari, it's TCF4 Boy and Connor. McLaren is going to be Jimbo and Clarkey F1. Alpha's going to be Jensen and Rye. Alpha Tower is going to be Quinton and Mackett. Williams will be Tony and Cassidy. And our reserves, and I think they are, our reserves today will be Calvin and Hookie. That's our drivers for today.
That sounds like a pretty good lineup. I do see Calvin, though, already in the Williams, so it looks like he's no longer a reserve and is, in fact, going to race, so that's always cool. Of course, you know, you and I have raced a little bit with Calvin in the SFR Classic Car Series, and he did fairly well there, as well as in his league in SFR, so we'll see if he can bring the luck here today.
I would say so, because if you think about it, Calvin is making his debut into GP3 in a couple of days. And yeah, so this is going to be his debut season with us. And he actually break through into GP4 with a bit of a midfield run, but coming towards the end of the season, Tim, my God, did he transform?
He really did. Him and Rage Hunter both really kind of joined GP4, and it didn't take them long until they really just started to break out and find success. Rage Hunter, of course, found it a little bit quicker than Calvin did, as he actually had to be moved up a lot sooner to GP3 than what Calvin did. But now I do believe they're both teammates in the Haas for GP3 this season. So, you know, it's almost like they have a bit of a bromance going on. So that's going to be a good...
oh, indeed so.
Yeah, it's going to be a good team friendship to watch.
So yeah, so we're going to refer for our drivers if you don't know who they are. So we've got Jensen and Clarkey and Quinton, Old Boy, Calvin, Cassidy, Mackett, Connor. We also got Rye, Fruitful. I don't think Fruitful is competing with us today. I think he's competing with the BNL. Yes, he is. So Fruitful's not competing with us today, but he is a GP1 driver for us. So let's see. We got Jensen for GP1, Clarkey for GP1, Quinton for GP2, Old Boy from, I think it's GP2, Calvin for GP3, Cassidy for GP1, Mackie for GP2, Connor for GP1, and we got Rye for GP2, Fruitful, who's competing with them today, who's a GP1 driver. Yeah, I would say it's going to be a lot of good stuff coming up. I think Size to send us the drivers. There we go. Yep, pretty much what I've just said. Oh well, after this.
Yeah, just waiting for all the drivers to ready up, and then eventually we will be underway. Looks like we're going to have short qualifying and then a 50% race distance for the British Grand Prix. So pretty much as normal, the normal, you know, business as usual. So as I said, just got to sit here and wait, but it gives us time to kind of talk and speak about a few different things. And you know, we've already done the driver introductions. I'm sure that these drivers are just They got itchy pedal feet, man. You know they do. They want to just go out there.
Oh, you don't say so, my friend. You don't say so. I think we are too, to be fair, as commentators. I'm commentating in GP4 tomorrow. I mean, Australia. I did a lot of practice around there today in my new car, in the Ferrari. I did 103 race difficulty, 103, 105 difficulty in the Ferrari. Came fourth. I had a good fight with Charles Leclerc. It was a good, entertaining little battle, I must say, in the least.
Yeah, excuse me, Oliver. I'm just trying to go over my notes here of what Sai has sent us. So, kind of lost you there for a second, I thought. But you know, you have commentated these things before. I haven't. So tell me, what should I expect?
What should you expect? Well, what can you expect is very good racing from the two leagues. Also, we've got it's a good first sign for you to show what the quicker guys could do, because you've been commentating GP4, I've been commentating last season in GP1, so it's a good sign for you to watch the GP1 drivers, see what they can do in front of your eyes, which would be good to see. Let's just say loads of good racing, loads of good fights coming up, let's say in the least. Also, let's have a little shout out to a driver that used to be here actually, and it's Mr. Chahoggy Boom. I met Chahoggy Boom last season or something, and I have to say, one good driver, very, very good driver. We've got Axel Wag as well from the other league. Tavo's another one. Yeah, 15 seconds to go, and we're going to get underway. We've got RR9 Rowan, Pace Ven 9. Yeah, we've got loads of people to do. Full grid, Tim. I think we're about to get underway.
That we are. So, of course, short qualifying first, and then the British Grand Prix. So, we're going to have about 20 minutes until we get that green flag. So, it's going to give us a nice preview of the pace of these drivers. And, you know, really, as you said, I really only know Calvin. So I get to see what other drivers from SFR are able to do, as well as the drivers from BNL Racing.
True, and we got a lovely few comments. I love this comment from Jeff Barron, by the way. He says, "Love it to hear Tim and Ollie and Cobbs." He says, "Thank you very much, my friend. Cheers for the compliment."
Thank you, Jeff. How are you doing today? Been a long time since, well, not a long time since we've talked, but a little bit. So hope you enjoy the stream. Can't really have a conversation at the moment, obviously, but good to know that you're there watching us. Sweet
as chips, or sweet as good as chips. So, it's something that's sort of an old saying. Yeah, I'm live, by the way, Sai. Yes, I am live. I need to put the link in the thing, because obviously the bot in Discord is not having its time at the moment. Not our bot, it's literally not having a good day. Right, okay, so we're into qualifying on a nice sunny day here in England, in Silverstone. One of the legendary circuits, of course. Let's see how it all comes into tuition. We've got a car firing up now.
Just a moment. Reading the comments, someone is saying that one of us has a huge echo. So, is it me or is it Oliver? Because I don't know if I will be able to fix that or not.
I think it might be me. I'll turn my volume on my headsets down. I'll see if this will cope with it. Because I had a few times with me and my brother, and I'll tell you now, it's annoying. Right, I turned down my volume on my headsets down a lot, so hopefully that can counter it. If it doesn't, then I'm sorry. So, we're looking at, yeah.
Looks like Jen's the first one out.
Jensen, okay, Jensen. There he is. GP1's Jensen. Jensen, of course, for GP1. True, right. Right, okay, so we got Jensen out from GP1. Very consistent driver very consistent driver last season. Right, Tim, I had to say, buddy, the person you need to look out for GP1 is CPI Connor, because CPI Connor was one of our fastest guys in GP1. He came into the season and took it by storm. So you need to keep an eye on that little fella, is CPI Connor in the Ferrari, because he is an absolute stonker on his pace wise. Just keep an eye on him when he crosses the line. So let's have a look at Jensen. Jensen, of course, one of our SFR drivers, of course. So we're going to see how it all plays out in Silverstone. Good old school circuit, of course, revamped, of course, in 2010 when they added the new section in, and now they're going right to Abbey instead of going left as well. So Sai's saying there's an echo in your voice, says Sai.
This fixes it. If this doesn't fix it, I've got one more fix. Otherwise, can't do anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately so. So, which is the Wellington Straight, going into Lovefield and Brooklands. Brooklands and Lovefield, I would say the least. Nice to keep that car hugging to the apex, of course. Then had thundering towards Woodcote down the old pit straight that used to be one of the iconic pit straights of Formula 1, through Copse, now going towards Maggots and Beckett's. This is where it all comes round, where the downforce and the grip of these tyres will now take force. Now going exiting through Chapel, now flies down the Hangar Straight, long back straight. This is where the second DRS zone is going to kick in. Forward towards Stowe, late apex, and then swing that car towards the exit. Now towards Vale and Club, and now clips the apex. Then again, swings that car out to the outside, floor it to the line. One more corner, 124.3. What about Connor? Where is he at? He's in the pit, so he's not going to complete his lap this time. Let's have a look at Pace. Pace Fend. Let's have a look at what he's doing. Pace Fend looks like he's backed off. It looks like we've got hold on to Hoggiboo. We've got times coming in Tavo. Tom TMT. Oh my goodness, BNL Luke C1112. It just came through, and let's see what we got. We got Fruitful, of course, who's one of our SFR drivers, not today. Let's see what Fruitful could do. Fruitful goes second, 124.399. Very good stuff there for Fruitful. We've got a car who's spun around. That is Jeff Dan. Jeff Dan. So Jeff Dan had a little bit of problems there. Let's have a look at SAF1 Rye. SAF1 Rye invalidates his lap, so it's not going to go this time. What about Calvin? Calvin has lost his front wing in the Williams. So Calvin needs to go around again and needs to put a new front wing on his car. Let's have a look at TCF Old Boy. TCF Old Boy started his lap. So let's see how he does through this new section. Now swings through and towards the Wellington Straight. Let's go on board with him, and so let's see what we can do. He's coming towards Brooklyn, as you can tell by the building on the right hand side. Swings through into the through Lovefield now, late apex, takes the car, touching that little exit curve on that left hand side. Now turning towards in towards Brooklands. And Brooklands Cops. We come through Cops, me and my names. So coming through Magus and Beckus now. Let's see how flat he will be. No touching a lift until he reaches the final bit. Absolute astonishing how these cars in our modern era goes today. It's unbelievable. TCF Old Boy, let's see what he can do towards Stowe Corner. Late apex. Kiss that apex like it's your granny. Brilliant work there from TCF Old Boy. Now going through towards all a little bit wide through Vale. Down cut towards Club. Now need to swing that car, and you go into P9. Good lap there from Old Boy.
Currently watching CPL Connor, who is on his outlap and in the third sector, just got out of Magnuson. Beckerton is now bypassing the pit entry, slowing down there just a little bit, probably trying to get the best exit possible out of this corner. He's about to start his flying lap. Of course, Connor has not yet put a lap down, so this will be his first time lap, assuming he does not invalidate his time. So he's crossed the line, and here he goes down into turn number 1 in a very fast corner, practically wide open. I don't think he lifted at all, and really that's how you need to take that corner. Unfortunately, it's not not how I am able to take that corner quite yet. So hats off to Connor. Good job there through that corner so far. Very smooth, really using the curbs as much as possible, hitting the apexes. But what I'm noticing is that he is steady, very smooth, very steady, and using every bit of track that he is allowed without going over. So that is very good driving there from Connor. We'll see. It looks like he is purple in the first sector, so this might be a pole time if he can keep this pace up.
CPI Connor, of course, one of the hot stars in GP1. Let's see what CPI Connor will do through cops. Absolutely flat out too. It's amazing how these modern F1 cars takes cops these days.
It really is, and I can't imagine, you know, being Lewis Hamilton or Sebastian Vettel or somebody in racing in real life in these cars, having that much downforce and just having the courage to keep it to the floor. Because, you know, you always hear, especially from guys like Daniel Ricciardo, that, you know, sometimes you just got to go into the corner and I've always heard people joke about it, brake when you get scared, but I feel like there's a little bit of truth to that as well. Because
CPI Connor is one of the hot stars and proves it. Look at that, 123.925, and pretty much a second faster than second places. Oh, we got a car going off. That was a wild one there. I'm looking at our stream. Looks like it's buffering a bit. Yeah, it's buffering a bit, so I'll get it restarted before the race. Actually, I'll get the stream restarted. Back with it in 2 moments.